So if you've got one of these 360 cameras and you want to capture shots that truly stand out, shots that feel creative, different and cinematic, well, that is exactly what I'm going to be showing you how to do in this video. By the end of this, you'll be able to capture shots that look like this. So everything you just saw was shot on this. This is the Insta360 X5. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it was done. And that is mounting on the move. Now, the concept here is simple but powerful. Mount your camera to something that moves. In the past, I've attached my camera to everything from a Ford Mustang driving through the LA mountains to a DIY zip line off a bridge in Rome. But let's keep it simple today and attach it to a bike using this clamp and extension pole. Now, when you attach your camera to a moving object, you not only get a greater sense of movement as the camera glides through your environment, but the invisible selfie stick allows you to capture incredibly unique angles. Also, if you don't have a clamp, then don't worry, you can just hold the extension pole, but going hands-free makes this a lot easier. Now, the best thing by far about shooting in 360 is that you can completely change your framing and composition in the edit. So you could start with a shot focused on a red double-decker bus, for example, then pan to reveal you riding through the city streets. You could attach the camera to the front of the bike facing you to create the illusion of a dedicated camera operator. You could hold it out to the side or get really creative like I did and use your backpack to hold the selfie stick high for a truly unique top-down perspective. Okay, number 2, choreograph your shots. Now, instead of just hitting record and hoping for magic, choreograph your shots to massively increase the production value. Think of yourself as a director of a tiny one-shot play. Take this shot here, for example. I asked my friend to stand in this London phone box and pretend to be on the phone. I then pulled the camera through his arms out of the phone box and raised it high into the air as he walked up the street. With a bit of reframing in the edit, we now get this. Or how about this shot? The exact same idea, but this time at Westminster Bridge. We waited for a red double-decker bus to pass, then I pulled the camera through his arms and up into the air. A little reframing later, and we now have this. The immersive POV. Now, this one is about as simple as it gets, but the results are incredibly effective. Simply attach your 360 camera to yourself using either a neck or a chest mount and let the camera roll. These shots give the viewer a front row seat from your perspective, delivering a first-person view that perfectly seasons an engaging sequence. It's like letting someone borrow your eyes, taking them on the journey with you through your environment. You can be doing something as simple as walking. In the edit, you can adjust the framing to give the illusion of looking in different directions. You could even combine techniques and capture a POV shot whilst riding a bike, then add a full rotation in the edit. This is what makes shooting in 360 so much fun and unique. It's like being able to recall a memory and glance around at different details you missed the first time. The possibilities are truly endless, and you can keep it as simple or as creative as you like. Fake drone shots. No drone, no problem, because we can get a very similar look by attaching a 360 camera to an extension pole. I like to use this 3-meter one here by Insta360. This will get your camera high in the air for that elevated perspective without needing a drone license or permission to fly, saving you a hefty fine in busy built-up areas like London. You can keep it simple with a push-forward shot for that classic drone look, or get a bit more creative and add a rotation in the edit to mimic the look of an FPV drone. This extension pole will also help you fake crane shots. It's like having a Hollywood crane that fits inside your camera bag. Simply start with your camera low to the ground and then lift it smoothly to an elevated position. These shots are a fantastic way to add more production value to your edits. They're really easy to pull off, and all of the equipment fits in your camera bag, making it perfect for run and gun shoots. Creative transitions. Now, I shot a couple of creative transitions for that opening sequence, but I didn't end up using them because they didn't quite fit. But I want to share those with you anyway, because these can be really powerful techniques for linking one shot to another. Now, the first is this day to night transition at Piccadilly Circus, and the next is this underwater dive transition. Both simple to shoot and only require 2 shots each. Now, for the day-to-night transition, go to a location that comes alive with lights at night. Piccadilly Circus is a perfect example. Capture your first shot during the day, simply pushing the camera forward, but be sure to remember your framing and composition because you'll need to replicate the exact same movement later. I used the pavers on the ground as a guide. Now, once the sun sets, return to that exact same spot and capture the same shot again. I put the X5 in pure video mode for this because it gives it much better low light performance. Now, when you edit these 2 clips together, you get this seamless day to night transition. Or how about this water dunk? Shot number 1 outside the fountain at Buckingham Palace is a fake drone shot that starts high and then dunks into the water. We then change locations to the lake at Hyde Park, but this time we start with the camera underwater and then rise up, continuing the motion from shot number 1. With a simple cut, we get this water dunk transition. So be sure to experiment with this technique. It's creative, easy, and can really help make your videos stand out. The step over. Okay, here is another quick and easy one. For this, we're going to attach our camera to a mini tripod and place it somewhere that we can easily step over it. The steps outside Buckingham Palace will do nicely. I'm going to frame the shot with a bit of symmetry and simply step over the camera. Then in the edit, we can reframe the shot so that it follows us as we step over it. It's an unusual shot, but instantly draws the viewer in, making your videos much more engaging. The lookup. Now, this has to be one of my favorite shots because it's not something that you see often. The lookup shot helps make your video stand out by showing the world from a perspective that it isn't usually seen. It's like giving your audience a bug's eye view of the world. Now, my favorite way to execute this is to start low and lift the camera up. Add a rotation in the edit and you get a really unique look. I like to shoot at 60 frames per second for this and then slow my footage down by 50% speed in the edit for a much smoother shot, allowing the audience to take everything in as the camera rises. Get your camera deep in amongst things like flowers or have it push up close to something for a really interesting result. Okay, number 8, harnessing slow motion. Now, the X5 has various frame rate options, so be sure to make the most of them. If you're not planning to use slow motion, I recommend filming in 8K 24 frames per second, but if you do plan to slow your footage down, then be sure to switch to 5.7K 60 frames per second or even 4K 120 frames per second. Now, you will lose some image quality at these higher frame rates, but it does allow you to get much more creative. For example, this shot here, swooping down towards the ducks next to this pond, was shot in 4K 120 frames per second. This allowed me to slow the footage right down as the birds take off, capturing the flapping wings as they fly. So experiment with frame rates to give your videos a bit of extra variety. Number 9, hyperlapse or time shift mode. Now, hyperlapse is a great way to add pace and energy to your edits. It's like condensing a long scenic walk into a short dynamic burst of energy. Now, the Insta360 X5 makes this incredibly easy to pull off. Simply find an interesting focal point, something like Big Ben, for example, put your camera in time shift mode, and then walk towards it slowly. Don't worry too much about framing because you can adjust this in the edit. Walk for at least 60 seconds at a consistent speed and you'll now have this. The invisible selfie stick. Now, this is probably the best investment you can make for 360 video because it allows you to capture shots as though you have your own personal camera operator filming you. It's perfect for vlogging, if you want to walk and talk to the camera, or if you just want to capture shots of yourself walking through your environment. You can hold it out in front of you, you can hang it over your shoulder for a follow shot as you walk through busy streets, and of course, you can point the camera in any direction that you like in the edit. The beauty is that the camera camera automatically performs a magic trick by erasing the selfie stick from your shot. It's a simple way to get incredible results.